Back in '94, see, I ain't really even having flow. Moms wrote a verse for my first grade talent show. And I rehearsed, but I'm assuming it was canceled though. Back then, rapping was nothing I had a passion for. She kept me energized, then I had to improvise. Never got to spit it, but I still kept it memorized. Took it to school, met friends, started ripping guys with the same verse, left them little boys hypnotized. Till this day, I don't think she know what it symbolized. Ever since then, this rap stuff has been an enterprise. I was a baby, yo, and we was crazy broke. Mom, she was spitting for a lady though. She had the 1980s flow. I used to catch her with the pen and pad open, vibing in front of the radio. But see, she knew it wouldn't possibly work. She wasn't serious. The ish was just a hobby to her. I was getting so much attention. I was loving the feeling. Tried to write my first verse, but then it wasn't appealing. Then the days I was rolling with my favorite crew. It was me, Pudge, Rico, David, and Blue. On the block, running wild, still making it through. But wasn't spitting. We just looked for something crazy to do. I'm Eric Roberts. I'm a media arts and technology major, senior in Michigan State. And I'm a member of Faded ENT. And I rap and I produce. Growing up, I was real timid, like real shy, and I met a lot of good rappers, and I used to be real intimidated and didn't know how to approach, you know, didn't know how to even like hang with these guys. So eventually, you know, I got around my peers and I found out the term arrogant, and in a lot of my sessions, people were just like, hey, we gonna start calling you arrogant. So I'm like, really? I'm like, all right, that's cool. You can call me arrogant. So every time I was in the next cipher, you know, I wasn't as timid no more. I started getting cocky and more confident in myself. So they was loving it, like, yeah, arrogant this, arrogant that. So growing up, you know, after a few events, I noticed, like, okay, do I really want to call myself arrogant? Like, that's definitely what I'm going to always consider my name. But, like, growing up, just to make it catchy, because arrogant, the term itself is just, like, it's a bad word. Like, in America, like, the term arrogant is just to describe, like, just someone really bad, so you can't make that sound cool. So growing up, I guess everybody eventually just broke it off and started calling me Young Arrow. So it's still like arrogant, but it's Young Arrow. So, but they definitely know where it comes from. My mother wrote my first verse in first grade, so I guess as I memorized it, I grew up, I kept rapping it, and eventually I'm like, I really want to do this for real. It was like, my name is E Money and I live on field. Listen up, party people, what I'm saying is real. F-I to the E-L-D. My name is Eric, but you can call me E, and so on. You would probably say it was adorable. I did it everywhere, though. Karate schools, discos, whatever. I just was loving the buzz, and I just was like, I have to do this. I actually met Faded January 2007, and I felt like a free agent on the team at the time, so they recognized my talent. They gave me a phone call, and we had a meeting, and we just started laying down guidelines from there. The acronym for Faded stands for Fresh All Day, Every Day, and even though it may sound like a fashion statement, it's just being like, we look at it as just being appealing and confident about anything and everything we do. So how did it come to Michigan State? Well, during the point where we were working on projects and everything, we brought our mixtapes to Michigan State and we began to start a buzz and advertise it. So we went to different dorms and everybody started buying our CDs, and that's how we got our name out here. Just allowing people to see what you love to do and the energy you can bring, and let people actually realize, like, wow, he actually does his thing. So yeah, it's been plenty of times I thought about quitting. When you start feeling like you just boxed in life and there's nowhere to turn and no hope, I mean, sometimes people are not always there for you, but it's not really a major concern. Then I went to middle school with insinuating features, became a class clown, started imitating teachers, couldn't spit the same verse, got a little older, started freestyling with the crew and got colder. It was me, Ro, my boy Courtney, and Wayne. Mild Boys was the name that was shortly acclaimed. In '02, 8th grade, started taking it serious, wrote my first 16. It was basically ignorant, metaphors everywhere, amazing myself. Then I took it to high school, made a name for myself. That's when I let this rap stuff get attached to my world. 6 Hour Lunch was when I had my first battle with Earl, and a big ass crowd full of upperclassmen and girls. What an experience. I felt like I could actually Earl. We became closer boys, started marching as troops, and got Pat, Dolphin, and Drew, and started a group. Apollo had us practicing in school all day, but then we hit the state theater and got booed off stage. But shit, at least we had the heart. We let her do our thing. Then we had left the school, and then I moved our ways. Never wrote a lot of verses, kept the same 16, but when I met my boy Chris, I had to change the scheme. We became a team, so we had the game plan beat. Then found out we lived on the same damn street. We needed a mixtape because we was itching for a spin, so we went and got his cousins. Dropped Envy as a sin.